you're going to hit second tangent if you're trying to find an angle using tangent, okay? So it's always going to be a second key today when you're typing it. Well, you can't, we have to put what we're taking the inverse of. So it will work once we put something in. Sometimes it said arc sine, arc cosine, arc tangent. I usually just say the inverse sine, okay? But you could say it either way. Okay, so here's what you're doing. And it really is going to be fairly quick. Maybe I'll throw a few up on the board for you after this. It says, what is the measure of angle T? So I'm just going to put an X right here. Go ahead and put an X in for that angle to the nearest degree.
I did that.
Okay, so here's the setup. You have, to find that angle, two sides. Do you know which two sides we have in terms of opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse?
Same.
What is this side?
The opposite.
That's the opposite. Okay, that's your O. What is the 13? That's your hypotenuse. So opposite and hypotenuse is the SO part of SOHCAHTOA. Remember, write this down on the top of all your things. So we're using sine, okay? That is the sine, and what always comes after the trig function?
The angle.
The angle. What is our angle right now?
X.
It's the x. So this one looks a little different. It's the sine of x equals what over what?
7 over 13.
7 over 13.
Wait, what?
Okay, so the sine of the angle equals the opposite, which is the 7, over the hypotenuse, which is the 13. Does that make sense? No?
Yes,
So
it makes sense.
we're always starting at the angle, right? Even if the angle is our unknown, we're still starting from there. So that's your like jumping off point. Start at the given angle. You have from that angle the opposite, that's your 7, and you have the hypotenuse, right? The one across from the right angle is the hypotenuse. So you have opposite and hypotenuse. That is what tells you we're here. Does that make sense? So then you say the sine of the angle, which is our unknown, equals 7 over 13. Now, before it was like, okay, from here, just multiply. Either we multiplied by the 13 or we multiplied by the x. This is different. We're not multiplying anymore. We're solving for an angle. And whenever you solve for an angle, you use the inverse, right? Inverse operations are just like operations that undo each other, right? If I have 7, the inverse would be if I added a negative 7, right? The opposite, you would get 0, okay? Or if I have 7 and I want to multiply, 7 times 1/7 would give me 1, right? Those are inverse operations,
Wait,
okay?
what do we do then? The problem solved.
Right, no, so now we have to solve for the angle, which is why we're going to take the inverse, because you cannot just divide by sine. If you tried to type something divided by sine into your calculator, it's going to say syntax error. So instead, what we do is we say the angle equals, and we take the inverse of both sides. So essentially, you're taking the inverse of this to get rid of sine, but then you have to take the inverse of this also, right? So it's the inverse sine of 7 over 13. Now try to plug that into your calculator. So you're going to go second sine, and then 7 divided by 13. So just type this in how you see it. You're going to hit second sine 7 divided by 13. Type that in. Make sure you get
32.5.
I got 0.5.
You forgot to put the second.
No, I did not.
Oh, you
I
do
believe
that.
you're wrong, gentlemen.
That's
I
not
literally put sin.
Literally, you got it wrong.
Is it 32.6?
Oh, you know why? Because you're in radian mode.
Did you guys get
So if you hit
32.57?
DRG, you want to enter on that. Now you're in degree mode.
yeah.
So you do it. Okay, so if we round that to the nearest degree, plug this into the calculator. Second, sin 7 divided by 13. Enter.
I'm gonna let my answer.
Oh, shoot.
So to the nearest degree, that would be 33 degrees. Okay, so what they're saying is this is a 33-degree angle. So before they gave us the angle and we just had to find a missing side. Can you stop doing that?
Me?
Both of you, stop moving desks around. You're gonna say you didn't ever push back?
I pushed it away
Yeah.
from me, but I didn't push it into her.
Okay, now look at this one. The measure of angle T to the nearest degree. So call this X, right?
What is wrong with you?
From,
What is wrong with you?
I'm just kidding.
hey,
I love you, Max.
where do we start? Where do you always start?
Oh,
The angle, okay? So we're gonna start
What is it?
from X right now. Hey, no, excuse me, Max.
No, he's actually got the answer.
Just, oh, to this one?
Oh, to this one.
The second one or the first one?
Example number 6.
Yeah, no, we're doing 7 right now. Stay with me. Okay, so from here, from the X, right? That's our jumping off point. I need to know opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse for the sides that we have. Does this have anything to do with math right now?
Yes.
This math?
Yes.
I don't trust that one.
Hit me.
Alright. Do you want me to write the answer or no?
Yeah, you should have the answer in your notes. Okay, so from X. No, you're gonna round it to the nearest degree. It should have come out to 33.
you really don't know what he's
No.
When you plugged this in, you should have gotten 32.5, whatever.
I didn't get that.
Okay, I'll show you how to plug it in just a minute. Do this one with me. All right, here it is.
Jackson's here, right?
I love Jackson.
From X. Truett, you can tell me this since you missed the first day. Maybe this.
Oh my god.
No, this is to help you, not to put you on the spot.
Yeah, she-
From this X, what would we call the 10? Is that your opposite, your adjacent, or your hypotenuse?
What is it, true?
I suspect you're the H one.
Uh-huh, good job. Okay, so that's your hypotenuse. From X, then, we have
A.
opposite and adjacent left.
A.
What is the 8?
A.
You're adjacent, okay? So if we have adjacent and hypotenuse, you look back at your SOHCAHTOA, which one is adjacent and hypotenuse?
C.
Cosine, okay? Adjacent over hypotenuse is cosine. So we're gonna use the cosine on this one, okay? Cosine of what? X, always of the angle. Our angle right now is X. So cosine X equals what?
What's X? Sorry, 8?
X is the angle we're solving for. This angle is X, right?
You need to listen.
Truett, knock it off.
Oh man.
8 over 10. Adjacent over hypotenuse. 8 over 10. Okay, now hear me. I'm going to say this a million times to you, and I need it to just get ingrained in your head because this is where people make mistakes. When you are solving for an angle, you always use what?
The calculator.
Well, yes, that too.
Good job, bro.
You always use the inverse if you are solving for that value. Okay, whatever comes after the trig, sine, cosine, or tangent, if you're solving for the inverse or solving for the angle, you have to use the inverse. So basically what's happening is you're taking the inverse cosine of whatever your ratio is, 8 over 10. So you're gonna hit second, and then cosine, and then 8 divided by 10, and then hit enter.
36.
Max, plug that in and see if that's what you get this time.
8, 9, 7, 6, 5.
That's what I got too. Wait, did you get 36.869?
So wait, so would the answer be 37?
Yeah, I got 36.85988.
I got 36.8989765. Do we all get that?
Yeah.
Me too, I got 36.86989765.
Drew, did you get 36.8?
Nice.
Okay, so your x value should come out to, if we round it to the nearest degree, about 37 degrees. Okay, so today's lesson is very similar to what we did before, but your last step is always going to be the inverse. You're always going to be solving for, because you know how to set it up now, right? It's still the same setup. It's just that last step of taking the inverse.
I
Okay?
agree.